Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us tonight. Actually, this afternoon, as we get ready to bring you this Class 2 state quarterfinal between the College Heights Christian Cougars and the Hartville Eagles. I'm Brian Schumacher alongside Brad Burns. We'll take you through a little bit of the history of these two programs. Hartville has been a basketball powerhouse since Brett Reed has come aboard for the Eagles. 2016, they won their first state championship in Class 2. They won it again in 2020. After a little bit of an increase in enrollment, they bumped up to Class 3 in 2021 and also won the state championship. So 3 state championships under Brett Reed's watch. Last year, they came in 4th place, made it past this quarterfinal round, and ended up losing both games in the Final Four to finish 4th place. The Eagles have 5 state championships in their school history. And you can see here 2 second-place finishes, 4 third place, and 4 fourth-place finishes. The Cougars have never made it to the state championship round, the Final Four round in basketball. They are 4-time state champions in cross country. They've also made it to the Final Four in soccer several times. You can see they have 11 total state championships, 5 second-place finishes, 8 third-place finishes, and 8 fourth-place finishes. If you're a Hartville fan, you may be asking, why are we playing at a college but not College Heights? Yeah. And the answer to that is that the Ozark Christian College and the College Heights Cougars have a good relationship, and this has been the home court for the Cougars for a number of years till the Cougars got their own facility. So the boys are familiar with playing on this court. This is even though it's not their home court destination this year, this does feel like a home court for the boys. Many of them have been playing here since 5th grade. If you're a Cougar fan and you're wondering who are these Hartville Eagles, well, they are on the other side of Missouri. You can see they're east of Springfield. A little over 2 hours to get here from their high school. State tournament bracket. Here we are in the quarterfinals, Hartville versus College Heights Christian. Hartville beat Eugene 61-58 on the 22nd, and College Heights beat Blue Eye 61-51 to advance to this quarterfinal matchup. The winner plays next Wednesday, March 6th, in Columbia, and then the championship game and third place game will be March 7th, which is the Thursday. Taking a look at this matchup, Hartville is 26-2 on the season. Their 2 losses came in the blue and gold tournament to Logan Rogersville and Willard. Cougars have had a little different trajectory during the season. Fought some injuries early, played some tough competition. 19-10 is their record. Similar points per game average. Hartville has given up less than the Cougars have. Looking at the sectional game, the Eagles played Eugene, 61-58, we said was the score. The Cougars played the Blue Eye Bulldogs. See very similar stat categories, both with 61 points, both with 26 rebounds. Cougars had 14 assists in that game. Hartville only recorded 6 assists. Both shot 50% from the field. Hartville led on three-point percentage, 40-38, and the Cougars led on free throw percentage, 72-59. Players to watch tonight. Jalen Cryer, number 2, a senior for the Eagles, was an all-state selection last year in their Final Four appearance. Caleb Quaddy for the Cougars, a senior, was the Ozark 7 Conference Player of the Year this season. Had 21 points in the sectional game. Take a moment to look at some of the highlights from Quaddy's game. Quaddy strong down low, gets a lot of his buckets either cleaning up a missed shot like right there or entered down low making a post move. Also big games for the Cougars in the sectional round were Colson Dickens and Ben Schumacher. They combined for 29 points in that matchup. Schumacher, a sophomore, has opened up Dickens by Schumacher's added penetration to the basket. Dickens in his in the postseason run really has had a lot more open 3 looks than he had earlier in the season, partly due to that penetration. So the keys to the game tonight. Both teams are really good offensive rebounding teams. The challenge for both teams will be defensively to limit to 1 shot. And pace of play is the second factor. Hartville's very deliberate in their offensive set. They run kind of a flex or a Princeton shin set. And the key for the Cougars is to speed them up, make a pass before they're ready. In reverse, Hartville's key will be to get back in transition to limit the Cougars' transition opportunities. We'll take some time now to just watch the pregame warm-ups between these two squads. All right, just a minute away. Looks like we are ready to do the national anthem.
Please stand and remove your caps as we honor our country, those who serve and who have who are currently serving by playing the national anthem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, hoops fans of all ages, and welcome to the Ozark Christian College multi-purpose building for today's Missouri State High School Activity Association Class 2 quarterfinal basketball contest. This afternoon's entertainment is brought to you by the Hartville Eagles, who come in with a record of 26-2, and the College Heights Christian Cougars, who come in with a record of 19-10. Let's meet our starters. Hartville, stand up, make some noise for their team. A 6'2" sophomore, number 10, Mason Cargill. A 6'2" junior, number 25, Peyton Cargill. A 6'2" junior, number 30, Jackson Ward. A 6'3" senior, number 2, Jalen Cryer. And number 6'5" senior, number 15, Grant Culver. Hartville is coached by Brett Reed, Brady Keith, and Tony Simpson. College Heights fans on your feet, make some noise for your team. A 5'9" sophomore, number 3, Ben Schumacher. A 6'1" sophomore, number 25, Adam Stanton. A 5'10" junior, number 1, Chase Walker. A 6-foot senior, number 11, Colson Gifford. A 6'4" senior, number 12, Caleb Quade. The Cougars are coached by Steve Harrell and assisted by Josh Quade.
All right, we're set, ready to get started with this Class 2 state quarterfinal. College Heights Christian versus Hartville High School. Opening tip between Culver and Quade. That's number 30, Ward. And the Eagles have the opening possession. Ball entered down low. Ward gets the deflection. Off the rim too strong. Offensive rebound for the Eagles. Move it over to Culver on the left wing. Back up top to number 10, Cogdill. Cogdill, the sophomore, kicks it over to Cryer. Cryer resets up top to Culver.
That's what we talked about early in the game already. Offensive rebounds are going to be huge.
Cogdill spin move and scores. That's the brother, Peyton Cogdill. Baseline drive by Quaddy, gets cut off by Culver. Back up top to Stanton. Stanton gets Walker. Walker out to Schumacher. Schumacher on the right side resets up to Walker. Walker over to Schumacher. Up to Stanton at the top of the key, being defended by Ward. Inside to Quaddy. Quaddy being defended by Culver and gets the block. Loose ball, Walker's able to steal it back. Walker out to Stanton on the right wing, looks back in for Quaddy, resets it up to Walker. Walker being defended by Peyton Cogdill. Quaddy at the elbow, gives it back to Walker. Walker drives in and draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Nice job attacking the basket there and regrouping after Quaddy got a blocked shot. Jace came in with the big steal to keep it alive and reset, ran a play and drew the foul.
Walker too strong on the first.
Hartsville starting out man-to-man where we're in our usual 3-2 to start the game.
Short on the second. Ward pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. Cougars in a full court. Cogdill over to Ward. Tip ball. Cogdill's able to get to it, and Walker gets called for the push.
Yeah, it was a good hustle foul, had a tip, went after the ball, but Hartsville did a good job of jumping and going to get the ball and cut Walker off.
Culver inbounds to Cogdill. That's Mason Cogdill, number 10. Over to Culver on the right side. Schumacher defending up top on Cogdill. Culver enters into the block. Cogdill's there, and he finishes with his left. 4-0 lead for the Eagles.
Risky pass, but snuck it in between the outstretched arms of the Cougars, and they were able to wrangle it and finish the bucket.
Dickens up court. Walker comes on the ball screen. Quaddy comes on the second one. Walker flashes Dickens for three. Long rebound goes to Stanton. Stanton kicks it back to Schumacher. Schumacher resets up top. Cryer defending. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Schumacher to the basket, kicks it back to Walker, and gets called for the travel. Good defense by Cryer there. Schumacher looking for an angle, couldn't get it, and ended up traveling through the play. Mason Cogdill walks it up the right side. Hand off to Cryer. Eagles running their Princeton set. Cogdill fumbles the ball, is able to get it back. Up top to Culver, reset to Cogdill. Cryer across the frame to Culver. Under the right wing, looks in for Peyton Cogdill. Cryer thought about the three, kicks it back to Culver. Over to Mason Cogdill on the left side, back up to Culver for three, and he gets it.
Hartville being very patient, worked the ball around, finally got the shot they wanted, and drains it. 7-0 lead now.
Dickens on the left wing, up to Stanton at the top. Stanton wants the three, and he got it.
Good answer by Stanton. He continues to shoot well from the three-point line in the postseason.
Ward over to Cryer, one more to Cogdill. He thought about it, drives in, step through, tough shot off the glass. Offensive rebound by his brother Peyton, and foul on the floor. That's going to go on Stanton.
Looked like he raked across the arms and dislodged the ball, but they got called for the foul.
Inside, Walker gets the strip. Dickens recovers the loose ball up ahead to Quaddy on the left side. Quaddy goes baseline. Culver physical play. Quaddy rises up and gets the finish.
Nice finish by Quaddy, even with the physical play that was going on there, and was able to rise up over and adjust his shot in midair to finish it.
Cogdill walks it up, gives it to Culver on the left side. Culver to the top of the key, back to Cogdill. Into his brother at the key. Cryer on the baseline. I thought he called that out of bounds. Still Eagles ball. Cryer for three. Off the front rim. Ward reaches over, and the Cougars are able to secure the rebound. Quick outlet to Dickens on the right side.
It's a good box out by Stanton to allow the other guard to get the ball.
Walker to Quaddy at the elbow. Quaddy strong through. Culver gets the block. Into transition for the Eagles. Culver will slow it up. 2-point lead for the Eagles. Cryer with the ball at the top. Over the right side for Culver, entering in the short corner. One more pass. Ward gets away with the extra step and finishes for two. Walker up ahead. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Walker with his left all the way to the hole. Cogdill defending. Walker loses control, and Culver pulls down the rebound.
Good job getting to the hole, but just lost control, body control, and ended up on the floor and didn't get a good shot away.
Mason Cogdill on the right wing enters it into his brother at the elbow. Back up top to Mason. Over to Cryer on the left. Cryer will reset up top. Culver on the right wing. Cryer's open for three, and he wants it. And he got it.
Rattled it home. Open at the top and did a nice jump shot for the three to rattle it in.
2:30 left to play in the first. The Eagles with a 12-5 lead. Dickens on the right wing gives it to Quaddy on the high flash. Schumacher on the right wing being defended by Cryer. Over to Walker. He thought about it. Drives in. Looks for Quaddy. Schumacher's there to recover. Schumacher to the elbow. Gives it to Quaddy at the elbow. Back to Schumacher at the wing who resets. Cryer comes all the way up to defend at the volleyball line. Quaddy on the ball screen. Schumacher has a lane. Drives to the basket and finishes. Are they going to give him the basket?
No, they called it on the floor before he got in there. They called it out at the elbow.
Foul on number 2, Jalen Cryer. His first to the team second. Check defense for the Cougars. We number 4, Jaden Smith. And number 21, Ethan Ducanoff.
Jaden Smith and Ethan Ducanoff subbing in the game for the Cougars as Stanton and Dickens take a break. Walker to Smith to Ducanoff at the elbow. He rises up. Long rebound goes to Cryer.
It was a good shot. They left him wide open, just shot it a little hard.
Cryer pulls it up, gets it to Ward, kicked out to Culver in the wing. Cryer's open for three at the top, and he nails it.
Coach Harrell immediately wants a 30-second timeout. The Cougars have fallen behind by 10, 15-5 now, with a minute 42 left to go in the first. Hartville Eagles have come to play, and they are very, as you said earlier, deliberate in their offense and running good sets, and that's what they like to stay in, is that half-court game. And Cougars so far have pretty much been stuck in a half-court game as well, and that's not our strongest part of our game. We need to get some transition going, try to get some turnovers.
Back into the action. Walker brings it up the right side. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Walker with his left dribble. Over to Ducanoff at the elbow. Schumacher flashes high on the right side. That's Garrison in the game. Schumacher drives in, kicks it to Smith. Smith looking for an angle. Kicks it to the corner for Schumacher. He drives in back to Quaddy up top. Quaddy leaves it for Walker. Walker resets. Ward closely defending. Has the count going. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Walker gets through. Looks down low for Quaddy. He's there, and he finishes.
Nice backdoor cut. You can see that play developing. They'd lost Quaddy in the shuffle, and they collapsed on Walker, and Walker makes a nice bounce pass for Quaddy's finish.
Boone Garrison in the game for the Eagles. Gets it to the short corner for Cogdill. Garrison for three, and he gets it.
So far, Hartville shooting the lights out from three-point. I think they've missed one.
Walker up to Quaddy, and Cogdill gets called for the foul. Quaddy wasn't ready for that pass.
No.
Got bailed out on the foul.
Foul on number 25, Peyton Cogdill, his second, team's third.
Quaddy and Schumacher will get a breather here with 30 seconds to go.
Cougars inbounding underneath. Walker doing the inbound. Gets it into Stanton. Ward defending. Dribble handoff to Dickens, denied. Stanton gets it over to Smith. Walker with the ball over his head. Mason Cogdill defending. Into Stanton at the top of the key. Stanton works in. Tough shot off the front of the rim. Ward pulls down the rebound. About 10 seconds left to play.
Key to get a stop here, not to get any further behind here before
Into the corner, out of bounds on the Eagles. 3 seconds remaining. Cougars have the ball. Walker on the sideline gets it to Dickens, quickly to Stanton. Stanton chucks it off the backboard, and that will do it for the first quarter.
Give it the old college heave.
Good opening quarter for the Eagles. Cougars, traditional slow start.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a difference when we don't get out and get some steals and get into transition. We just seem to slow our whole game down that way. And in this case, that's the Eagles' game plan, is they're very good with the half-court slow game. A lot of ball game left to go.
Cougars do have the arrow to open up the second quarter. Dickens will do the inbound for the Cougars. Over to Walker, and we're underway in the second. Quaddy at the elbow. Back to the starting five for the Cougars. Down low for Walker.
Nice give and go play right off the bat. Their coach wants a timeout. He's not happy about leaving that open.
We have a timeout on the floor called by Hartville. That'll be a 30-second timeout.
Opening set for the Cougars. Let's take another look at it. Both players go to to Quaddy, and Walker found the seam. Quaddy found him on the cut. After the timeout, Eagles inbound in full court. Garrison still in the game for the Eagles. Looks in for Ward. Walker picks him up. Ward with the turnaround jumper. Culver on the follow.
Yeah, that backside rebound.
Dickens quickly up to Quaddy. Culver defending. Quaddy pulls up his dribble, gets it back to Dickens. Schumacher all the way in the right corner. Quaddy flashes high to receive the pass. Walker on the dribble breakdown, gets it into Quaddy on the block. Culver defending. Quaddy turnaround jumper. Short off the glass. Ward gets the rebound.
Yeah, Quaddy's being defended really well. He's not used to not being able to rise up over the top of him when he shoots that.
Tough pass. Culver gets it down low to Ward, and he gets a travel.
Yeah, he stuttered and stuttered and stuttered. Just couldn't quite get a handle on it.
Cougars take possession. Walker jogs it up the center of the court. Quaddy flashes to the elbow, receives the pass, rises up to shoot.
There's a shot.
And it's good.
They backed off of him a little bit that time, anticipating maybe the cuts, and that time they left him open for the jump shot.
Mason Cogdill kicks it back to Culver. Gets trapped in the corner, is able to get free back up top to Garrison. Garrison picks up his dribble, gets it over to Cryer for three. Off the back rim, Stanton comes in, gets the rebound. Outlet to Schumacher. Schumacher out on the run. Garrison picks him up. Schumacher hesitates and gets it back to Stanton at the top, inside to Quaddy. Quaddy making the move, kicks it to Stanton on the cut, too heavy, and lost out of bounds to the Eagles.
I think he may have been actually kicking that out, and Stanton happened to flash through there, looked like. I think he was kicking that back out to Ben in the corner.
Just under 6 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Garrison brings it up, gets it to Cryer. Schumacher defending. Into Ward at the elbow. Ward looks for his options, gets it back to Cryer. Cryer to Garrison as he swings across. Cryer wants another three. Off the front of the rim, loose ball. Quaddy's able to get over there to it. Ward got in it, and off of the Eagles, Cougars ball.
A little bit of miscommunication there between Schumacher and Quaddy on who was going to go after that rebound.
Walker jogs it up the center of the court. Mason Cogdill picks him up. Stanton inside for Quaddy. Quaddy through traffic. Loose ball, Culver pulls it down.
Looked like a lot of contact there, no call.
Garrison up to the volleyball line. Over to Cryer on the right side. 9-point lead for the Eagles. Schumacher comes and picks up Garrison in the half court. Garrison all the way in, gets it back to Cogdill. Cogdill to the elbow, kicks it to Cryer. Cryer drives the elbow, backdoor pass to Ward. And Ward finishes it up quickly to Schumacher. Garrison tightly defending, and Garrison gets called for the blocking foul.
The Eagles do a really good job of passing the ball around and then attacking. And then when the defense collapses, they find the open guy on the baseline for the little easy put in.
Schumacher to Walker at the top. Dickens on the right wing. Back up top to Walker. Over to Stanton. Dangerous pass. Stanton's able to get control as he gets it to Walker. To Quaddy at the elbow. Culver again defending on Quaddy. Walker thinks about it. Into the paint, into the corner for Schumacher. Schumacher resets. Back up top to Stanton. Into Quaddy at the free throw line. Quaddy turns. Garrison comes in and draws the jump ball. It is the Eagles' ball.
I could see that play developing as Quaddy turned his back and the defender was coming closely behind him. I saw he was going to go after that ball.
4:20 to play here in the second quarter. 11-point lead for the Eagles. Garrison gets through the double. Down low to Ward. Walker gets the steal. Out in transition. Quaddy to Dickens. Dickens, good job by Culver rising up with both hands and blocking the pass. You can't go over a defender. You got to go bounce pass or quicker than that. But
yeah.
Culver did a nice job defending. Back to Ward. Ward muscles through and gets it to go.
Looked like he may have gotten away with a little bit of a push off there to make separation.
Walker comes up limping. Must have landed on a foot. Let's see if we can pick that up on the replay.
Looks like that's that same ankle that he's favored all year.
Didn't look like there was direct contact there by Walker, so not sure what caused the limp.
Yeah.
Smith is subbed in for Walker. Schumacher drives in, gets all the way there, and foul called on Garrison.
They are playing extremely tight defense, giving our offense fits. That is his third foul. Or second foul.
Yeah, second foul on Garrison. Smith inbound into Schumacher. He'll take the quick three. In and out. Quaddy's there for the offensive rebound. Puts it back, can't finish as Culver pulls it down.
It's those offensive rebounds we need. We just didn't quite finish it. Quaddy was in a good position.
Cogdill being defending, gets it to Cryer on the right wing. Dickens defending. Cryer into the short corner, back up to Culver. Culver has a path, and Stanton raked down on his arm, gets called for the foul. Culver will go to the line to shoot two.
I believe that'll be Stanton's second foul.
Team's first foul of the quarter on the Cougars. Stanton second. Culver short on the first. Number 20, Gus Sinning in the game for Garrison. 14-point lead now for the Eagles. Ball up ahead, Schumacher in the corner. Ward defending Schumacher now, gets it over to Smith. Smith drives in, kicks it to the corner for Stanton. Off the back rim, fight for the rebound. Ward's able to secure it. He gets it over to Culver on the left side. And the Eagles will slow it down. Mason Cogdill walks it up the timeline. Over to Cryer on the right side. Culver posting up at the elbow, gets the ball. Backdoor cut by Sinning. Culver still on the ball. Back over to Cryer. Culver wants the three. Air ball. And goes out of bounds to the Cougars. The Eagles drop back. Cryer's going to pick Schumacher up full court, it looks like. Actually, he'll drop back as he's going to pick up Dickens. Ward on Schumacher. Quaddy flashes high, gives it over to Dickens. Ball screen by Quaddy over to Smith. Smith at the wing, tough shot, and Culver pulls it down the air ball. Looked like Smith actually had a lane to the basket, but he lost the handle and fired up a wild shot. Cogdill being defended by Schumacher, has the count going. Over to Culver on the left wing, back up top to Ward. Sending into the corner for Mason Cogdill. Ball back up to Cryer, over to Cogdill, cut to Cryer, into the post. Turnaround jumper is deflected by Quaddy. Loose ball, Quaddy's able to get it into transition for the Cougars, down to Schumacher. And big block by Cogdill, out of bounds to the Cougars.
It's been tough around the rim for us. They've got some athletic kids, big-bodied kids, and they're getting up and blocking a lot of shots.
Smith will do the inbound for the Cougars. Inside to Stanton. Stanton fighting for position. Loses the handle. And the Eagles take possession 25-11, 14-point lead for the Eagles.
Stanton was just so far under the basket, he had to try to dribble to back himself back out and lost the handle on it then.
In the short corner to Ward, finds Cryer on the cut. And Cryer finishes at the basket. 16-point lead now for the Eagles. Dickens to Quaddy at the top. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Cryer fights through, kicks it to Smith. Smith wants the three. Ward comes down with the rebound. And under a minute to play here in the first half. 16-point lead.
They got us enough out of sync that we're just struggling on the offensive end.
Cogdill holding, looking for the last possession. Smith comes up to trap the ball. Ball screened by Sinning. Cogdill all the way in, kicks it back to Cryer. Cryer to the elbow, kicks to Sinning for three. Barely grazed the front rim and goes out of bounds. Cougars ball.
6.3 on the official clock.
Good job by Stanton holding position on the box out. Dickens up ahead. Quaddy was setting the ball screen. Loose ball, Schumacher gets it. At the buzzer, can't get the finish, and that will send us into halftime. Eagles 27, Cougars 11.
Heads up play by Schumacher to come up with that loose ball as Quaddy wasn't looking for the pass from Colson Dickens, but fell a little bit short.
We'll put 10 minutes on the halftime clock and send you through the first half recap and be back for the start of the second half.
Got his ankle taped up again.
All right, we're ready to start the third quarter in this Class 2 state quarterfinal matchup between the Hartfield Eagles and the College Heights Cougars.
Looks like the officials are set, and we're underway.
Walker finds Dickens on the right side. Dickens pulls up his dribble. Schumacher swings through. Looking in for Quaddy on the block. Gets it over to Stanton on the top of the key. Schumacher with the ball all the way across the frame. Gets it to Dickens. Dickens over to Quaddy from 15. Rises up and he nails it.
Good patience that time.
Quaddy now set up on the high trap in the 3-2. Cogdill over to Culver. Dickens gets his hand in there and gets called for the block.
Foul called on number 11, Colson Dickens. That'll be his first.
See if they're going to call a little more body check in here the second half.
Culver all the way across to Cryer. Trap comes. Walker gets in there, steals away from Cogdill. Dickens is able to recover the loose ball. Stanton wants the three. He got it.
Nice job in transition there. Dickens tracking down the rolling ball. Able to corral it, dribble, draw him. Stanton filling in on the fast break and drills the three.
Cougars open up with a quick 5 points. $11-point lead now for the Eagles. That's the second time Coach Reed has used a timeout early into the quarter after the Cougars scored a bucket.
Good things happen for the Cougars when they get some of that pressure that they did. They got a couple of turnovers and steals and converted on those.
Out of the timeout, Cougars drop back into a 3-2. Culver on the left wing, back to Cogdill. Mason Cogdill on the ball. Over to Cryer on the right wing, back to Cogdill up top. Looks in for Ward at the free throw line. Finds him in the paint, down low to Peyton Cogdill, being defended by Stanton, and gets the roll. 13-point lead now for the Eagles. Up ahead, Quaddy goes baseline. Culver tightly defending. Quaddy, the turnaround, deflected by Culver. Stanton on the trail, hustles back as Cogdill brings it up to the right side. Cryer pulls it up, gets it into Peyton Cogdill. Quaddy from behind gets the block. Into transition, Schumacher with the ball.
Good hustle by Quaddy to come behind cleanly and block that.
Peyton Cogdill defending. Walker looks for the ball screen from Quaddy. Walker tries to dribble through, steps on the end line, turnover to the Eagles. Cogdill slows up the pace.
Yeah, even when they had an opportunity for a fast break, they had a leader going down ahead of everyone. They decided to still pull it up.
All the way across to Culver on the left wing, into Ward in the short corner. Being defended by Quaddy, dribbles it back up top, gives it to Mason Cogdill. Schumacher defending. Cogdill gets the step, gets into the corner to Cryer. Cryer pulls up his dribble over to Culver at the top. Into the corner for Mason Cogdill. He resets. Schumacher sets up the trap inside. Cogdill fights for the ball. Shot fake, can't get the finish. Culver gets his hand in there. Cogdill gets it back. Another miss. Culver over the back. Ben kind of tucked underneath him, and I think Schumacher might be getting called for the foul on that.
I think that was Stanton that was actually.
Oh, was it Stanton?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was boxing out.
Foul called on number 25, Adam Stanton. That'll be his third. Team
Push from behind is what we like to call it, but they didn't call it anyway.
Well, right. So Culver was over the back, which is not a foul. And that was the point, is that Culver got over his back, but Stanton actually displaced him, which is a rule that's been in place for, let's say, the last 10, 15 years, that you can no longer displace on a box out.
Ethan almost came up with a good steal there.
Crier inbounding for the Eagles. Ward fights through to get the ball, and Schumacher gets called for the push.
Like both of them were going for the ball.
13-point lead for the Eagles. Big possession here. Back up top to Culver. Into the corner for Crier. He wants the three. Off the top of the backboard. Schumacher fights for the rebound and pulls it down. Outlet to Dickens on the left. Dickens pulls up for three. Well covered by Crier. Resets it up to Walker. Quaddy comes on the ball screen on Cogdill. Walker with his left kicks it back up to Dickens at the top. Dickens resets, being defended by Crier. Quaddy sets up the ball screen. Dickens all the way across the frame, kicks to Schumacher on the left wing. Schumacher fights to get to the rim, kicks it back to Walker. Walker down low for Yukonaw, gets the loose ball back. Dickens for three. In and out. Quaddy's there for the rebound and draws the foul.
It's a good hustle. That ball couldn't have been any more down in the basket before it popped back out. But Quaddy there for the rebound.
Foul on number 25, Peyton Cogdill, his third, to the team first.
Cougars spread out on the inbound. Walker looking for an option, gets it up top to Yukonaw. Yukonaw at the top of the key over to Dickens. Dickens goes baseline, pulls it back up, gets it to Quaddy from 17. Long rebound pulled down by Crier. And the Eagles will slow it up, 13-point lead. Garrison with the ball over to Culver. Into the corner for Crier. Back over to Garrison. Trap comes. Culver open, gets it into the short block for Ward. And Ward will reset. 4 minutes left in the third. Culver at the elbow leaves it for Cogdill. And
that extra step
travel called on Cogdill.
Eagles have definitely changed up their strategy. Before, if they got an open three, they were firing it away, and the coach at halftime must have told them to stop doing that when we're up by as much as they are, because now they pass up a lot of the open threes and trying to work it inside.
Schumacher dribbles it up across half court for the Cougars. Over to Dickens on the left, into the corner for Yukonaw. Quickly back to Dickens up top to Quaddy. Walker on the right wing looks in, finds Schumacher on the cut. Schumacher over to Yukonaw, and Schumacher gets called for the offensive foul. Fourth team foul on the Cougars here in the quarter. Cougars back in the half-court trap, or three-quarter court trap. Quaddy up top on it. Garrison with the ball, over to Culver on the right side. Bounce pass into Garrison, good hands to get to it. Ward in the corner, drives in, kicks it back to Culver at the top. Mason Cogdill across the frame up to Garrison. He wants the three, and he got it.
Once again, good ball movement. Drives in, kick out. Wide open three.
Quaddy pushes downhill, gets into position, and Culver gets called for the foul.
Got inside position that time on him and got to the rim and made him come from behind.
Second team foul on the Eagles. In and out on the first. Miller and Dickens in the game for the Cougars as Walker and Schumacher sub out.
Rare miss in the postseason for Quaddy as he's shooting 90% from the free throw line.
Quaddy makes the second. Mason Cogdill inbounding for the Eagles. Gets it to Ward. Trap comes. Ward all the way across to Culver. Culver breaks it across the timeline, being defended by Dickens. Over to Cogdill. Switched over to Garrison on the left. Smith defending on ball. Garrison, a sophomore for the Eagles, been a big part of their offense coming off the bench. Gets it over to Cogdill, is able to handle the tough pass. Culver inside to Ward in the short corner. Quaddy defending. Ward looks for a spin move and gets called for the travel. Maybe a carry? I don't know.
I didn't look like he shuffled or switched his pivot that time, but maybe they called he carried the ball, and so that would be a travel then at that point.
Smith up across the timeline. Quaddy flashes high, bounce pass into Quaddy. Quaddy rises up, and he hits it.
Good shot by Quaddy.
Cougars in the full court press. Culver quickly up to Cryer. Cryer thinks about the three, resets. Up top to Garrison. Back to Culver, back door for Cogdill. Eagles reset all the way into the corner again for Mason Cogdill for three, and he got it. Cougars quickly across the timeline on the left side. Dickens with the dribble. Smith enters into Quaddy. He's able to handle the pass back to Smith. Floater. Quaddy fights for the rebound and draws the foul as he goes up.
Nice job battling for that offensive rebound. Smith made a nice backdoor cut, just couldn't finish.
Jackson Ward, his first, team's third. Quaddy to the line for two.
Quaddy true on the first, 35-20 now the score.
Number 3, Schumacher, returning for the Cougars.
Walker and Schumacher back in the game as Dickens and Smith sub out. Quaddy short on the second. Culver pulls down the rebound. Garrison with the dribble, trying to set up the trap by the Cougars. Up to Ward. Ward all the way in, back door for Cogdill. Good hands to receive it, but Walker gets his hand there, knocks it away, and will stay Eagles ball on the baseline.
Good job by Walker coming in and stripping that ball. Shame he couldn't get it to bounce off his opponent's knee.
Culver up top to Cryer. Offensive foul called off the ball on. Can you tell who that's being called on?
Number 3,
Garrison, now he is third, team's fourth.
Garrison.
Okay, fourth team foul on the Eagles. Third individual foul on Garrison.
Looked like he set a illegal moving screen trying to set up that open three.
Miller flashes to the left wing, receives the ball, picks up his dribble to Walker in the corner. Walker looking for an option, being defended by Cogdill. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Walker to the elbow, kicks it to Schumacher. Schumacher gets the dribble down. Deacon on the screen. Schumacher looking for an edge and gets called for the travel.
It's like Quaddy's got probably a bloody knuckle or something. He's going to get taped up.
Cougars still in the full court. Cogdill gets it to Cryer in the middle. Up ahead to Garrison. Garrison holds it up. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Garrison kicks it back up to Culver. Over to Garrison. Trap comes, and Stanton reaches in and commits the foul.
Ooh, that'll be his fourth if it is him.
Foul on 25, Adam Stanton. That'll be his
Subbed him in just so Quaddy could get taped up and ended up picking his fourth foul up in the third quarter.
Garrison makes the first free throw to make the lead back to 16.
And number 11, Colson Dickens.
Dickens subs in the game for Miller. Makes them both lead to 17.
Cougars need to try to get a possession here and get a bucket.
Sending subs in the game for the Eagles. 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Walker takes the three, and he got it. Cogdill up ahead, gets it to Sinning. Over to Culver. Back to Culver on the left wing, inside to Ward at the free throw line. Quaddy gets the big block, out to Dickens. Dickens on the run, and didn't know the clock, made that last pass.
Yeah, he just needed to pull up and shoot that.
14-point lead for the Eagles as we go into the fourth quarter.
Spectators are reminded that entering the playing court at any time during or after the game is prohibited. We thank you in advance for your cooperation and thank you for supporting Missouri high school activities by attending this afternoon's game.
Very low-scoring game tonight, 37-23, going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, with both these teams averaging around 60, it's been a low-scoring affair. Hartsville got off with 18 points in the first quarter, but they've kind of cooled off now. And they're not in any hurry since they've been leading now double digits since the first.
Cogdill, dangerous pass to Culver. Dickens gets the steal, goes all the way in for the reverse layup, and he makes the basket. Cogdill up ahead, gets it to Ward in the corner. 12-point lead now for the Eagles. Cogdill picks up his dribble, gives it back to Ward. Into the short corner for Peyton Cogdill, finds Ward, and Yukonaw draws the charge.
Nice job being in position, and the Eagles player just lowered his shoulder.
Foul on number 30, Jackson Ward. That'll be his second, team's first.
That's Jackson Ward's second foul. Mason Cogdill subs out of the game as Garrison subs back in for the Eagles. Schumacher comes to get the ball as he walks it across the timeline. Double screen, Schumacher wants the three. Off the back of the rim, he comes in for his own rebound. Gets it back to Walker. Walker goes baseline. Good job by Peyton Cogdill. Stolen by Cryer. Into transition, and Cryer lays it in. Timeout by the Cougars.
It's good anticipation on that pass, and that's the first real fast break that they took.
Take a look at this pass up top. That was a big basket for the Eagles because you felt like the momentum had shifted to the Cougars. Schumacher took that three to try to get it to 11. Let's see, is that right? No, to get it to single digits to 9.
Correct.
And couldn't convert, but got his own rebound. Looked like it was a good opportunity for the Cougars to convert on a second chance basket. Both teams have now broke the huddle. Cougars have it on the end line after the made layup by Cryer. Schumacher dribbles up, jogging into the front court, gets it to Quaddy at the elbow. Quaddy turns, looks for the backdoor cut by Dickens. Back to Schumacher at the wing. Schumacher goes baseline all the way through, finds Dickens on the backside, open for three, and he got it.
That's that drive and kick that we've been looking for, and that time it was a good.
All the way up to Cryer. He rises up, can't get it to finish. Ward's there on the follow.
Just mistimed our defensive rebound there and was on our way back down. Otherwise, we would have stopped him.
Dickens into Quaddy, up top to Schumacher. Schumacher thinks about it, gets into the paint. Off the glass, Yukonov there, can't time the jump, and Culver pulls down the rebound. Schumacher picks up Garrison into the corner for Ward. Ward being tightly defended, pass all the way across to Culver. Cryer thought about the three, resets over to Garrison. Trap comes, gets it to Culver, one more to Cryer, wide open. Cryer for three, short off the rim. Ward pushes off, gets away with it, and puts it back for two.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of push off there.
Dickens up the right side, Culver defending. Quaddy comes up on the ball screen. Dickens thought about the three, lost the handle, was able to get it back, gives it to Walker. Quaddy rises up off the front rim, and he gets the generous bounce.
Coach Harrell calls timeout.
Back to a 13-point lead for the Eagles. Take a look at that last basket by Ward. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definite push.
Yeah, when you see 2-foot separation on the guy behind, that's a pretty easy tell, but ball watching by the refs missed the push-off. Refs have done a nice job today, though. I don't have much to complain about. The Eagles play a uptight, man-to-man defense. Cougars are going to pick up in full court. Dickens is front defending. Cryer releases. Ward passes up ahead to Cryer. Spin move, lost his footing, throws it away. And the Cougars were able to speed up the Eagles into a turnover.
That was one of those plays that they usually run when you're face guarding. Just go deep with it. But luckily, we got a couple guys hustle back.
Walker into Quaddy at the elbow, turns and faces. Looks for Schumacher on the cut. Schumacher to the basket, off the rim, and no good. Garrison was out of bounds and didn't reestablish. So out of bounds on the Eagles. Cougars get the ball underneath. Walker into the corner to Stanton. Stanton being tightly defended. Ward gets called for the
reach.
Yeah, what's he calling that? A hand check, I guess.
Yeah.
Foul on number 30, Jackson Ward. His third, team second.
Quaddy inbounding, 5:10 to play. 13-point lead for the Eagles. Schumacher to Walker at the top. Back to Schumacher on the wing. Over to Stanton at the top of the key. Stanton tightly defended by Ward. Tries to enter it into Quaddy and stole away by Culver. Garrison being tightly defended by Schumacher. Gets it over to Culver into the left wing for Cryer. Back up top to Garrison. Walker goes for the steal. Garrison gets it inside for Cryer. Cryer alley-oop. Quaddy pulls down the rebound, but knocked away, and Cryer gets the loose ball and puts it back for two. Dickens back dribbles, Resets across. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Cryer fights through. Dickens picks up his dribble, kicks it back to Schumacher on the left wing. Dribble handoff to Walker. Walker over his head. Back to Quaddy. Quaddy comes on the ball screen. Over to Schumacher in the corner. Schumacher drives in looking for an edge, kicks it back to Dickens. Dickens drives in off the back rim. Quaddy and Culver fight for the rebound. Falls to Dickens. Walker thought about the long three, gives it to Quaddy in the top of the key. Deflected away by Culver. Stanton's able to get to it. 3:30 left to play. Stanton into Quaddy. Quaddy drives to the basket, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. No, he's saying on the floor.
On the floor. It's on Culver.
15, Grant Culver. That'll be his second, team's third.
Walker inbounded for the Cougars. Schumacher comes over, takes the three, blocked by Garrison.
Stepped out of bounds before he could get rid of it.
Will stay Cougars ball underneath.
Number 4, Jaden Smith is checking in for the Cougars.
Smith in for Dickens. Walker looking at an option. Gets it to Schumacher. And timeout called by Harrell as he saw the 5-second count looming large.
Timeout on the floor called by the Cougars. Be a 30-second timeout.
Last possession by the Eagles. Cryer missed the alley-oop. Quaddy was there for the rebound but lost control of the ball, and Cryer finished underneath.
Cougars are getting down to where they're going to have to make a run here.
Walker inbounding up top to Stanton. Stanton, good job receiving, enters it into Quaddy. Quaddy fumbles the ball, is able to get it back. Makes the move inside, and foul called on Culver. That's his third. Quaddy will go to the line to shoot two.
Foul on number 25, Peyton Cogdill. His fourth, team's
Oh, call on Cogdill. I guess maybe he reached in. That's his fourth. Quaddy misses the first. Dickens subs back in the game for the Cougars.
number 10, Mason Cogdill, checking in for the Eagles.
Cougars are filling the lane spaces.
A little more of a unique look for us.
Quaddy makes the second, 14-point lead. Cougars pick up in full court. Cogdill into Ward in the corner. Ward gets it to the middle to Garrison. Garrison up ahead to Culver. One more to Cryer. And Cryer makes the layup.
Decided not to do the alley-oop that time.
Dickens takes the off-balance three-pointer. Garrison pulls down the rebound. Garrison over to Culver, still in the backcourt, gets it up to Ward. Ward into the corner for Cogdill. He resets. Garrison back to Culver. Cougars still in a zone defense. Ward baseline to Cryer. Cryer gets in there off the glass for two more. Schumacher across the timeline on the left side. Garrison picks him up. Stanton comes on the ball screen and rolls. Dribble handoff to Walker. 18-point lead for the Eagles. Walker gets called on the carry.
The 21, Ethan Yukinaw checking back into the game for the Cougars.
Yukinaw subs in for Stanton. Smith at the table, checking in for Walker. Culver inbounding. Gets it into Garrison. Schumacher defending on Garrison. He's able to blow by. Gets it to the elbow all the way over to Ward, who resets. Handoff to Garrison. Switched over to Culver. Quaddy defending. Culver gets through into the corner for Cogdill, who resets. Back up to Cryer on the double. Cryer's able to push through into the corner for Culver. Back up top to Cryer. 2 minutes to play. And Schumacher gets called for the foul. Just the first team foul on the Cougars in this quarter. The Cougars are in the bonus on the next foul by the Eagles. Entered into the backcourt. Quaddy picks up Garrison. Garrison, tough pass all the way down. Cogdill's able to get to it. Under the basket, takes the extra step, and gets called for the travel.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet on that.
Zach Beatty subbing in the game for the Cougars. Yukonaw to Dickens. Dickens up the right side. Drives all the way to the basket, pulls up his dribble and loses his footing. Gets called, Cryer gets called on the foul, it looks like.
No, called travel on the side.
Oh, okay. The underneath guy had a fist. Looked like a travel. Cogdill inbounding. Cryer being picked up full court by Beatty. Over to Garrison. Schumacher picks him up. Garrison gets by. Back over to Cryer. Switched over to Culver up top on the left. Quaddy comes up to defend. A minute to play. Quaddy gets the steal. It goes into the backcourt. Quaddy tightly defending. Culver is able to get into the front court. Gives it to Garrison. Less than a minute to play. All the way over to Culver. And Quaddy picks up the foul. Miller, Smith, Stanton, Beatty and Broderick Burns in the game for the Cougars. Entered into the backcourt. Garrison gets through, gets it to Ward. Ward over to Culver. Back into the center circle for Culver. He gives it to Ward on the left side. 15 seconds left to play. And that will do it. Final score here in this quarterfinal matchup. Hartville 49, Cougars 31.
Hats off to the Eagles. They did a great job on defense, holding the Cougars just to 31 points. None of our offensive weapons really got going today. Stanton was in foul trouble quite a bit.
Cougars with their customary prayer after the game. Caleb Quaddy leading the prayer, a senior for the Cougars.
Cougars made a good run.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you all for coming out this afternoon. Travel safely home.
On behalf of Cougars basketball, I'm Brian Schumacher alongside Brad Burns. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll send you through the second half recap as we close out.